Hey guys, today I'm going to be reacting to a video called French Bakery Behind the Scenes Making Croissants Live in France. So this looks, I can't wait to watch this because obviously like croissants are delicious and French bakeries like desserts and just everything having to do with pastries, like they tend to be pretty good. I think obviously because croissants are like, I think the secret to a great croissant, like the dough itself, is butter. I think you need good quality butter and tons of it as well. Because it's like a plain croissant, I think it's just like a lot of butter and they have to do like the pastry that is just sort of like layers of dough and sort of like flour, and you have to like you have to cut the chilled pieces of butter, I think, into the dough, and then you like do the layers, because when you like bite into the perfect croissant, there's usually like it's flaky, and all of that flake you can only get it when you have butter in your dough. So I think it's gonna be something like that, but I don't know because I've never made them, so I don't know what the French secret is, but hopefully we'll find out. So let's check it out. This looks so good. Oh, this looks incredible. Oh, macaroons, love them. Eclairs.
Bonjour tout le monde, bienvenue, it's Diane, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, I'm the American behind the Living Abroad lifestyle blog, We in France. I will link that down below. Check it out if you have a minute. But welcome to all my new subscribers. I made a little thank you video for you, so that's also linked down below. And as you can see, I am back in the bakery for that follow-up pastry video. This is Maison Travers in Cholet, France, so if you're ever in the area, let me know. I'd love to meet you, and maybe you come check out what we're making today. We are following the croissant process from start to finish. It's over a 2-day process, so we will see what we get up to. There's a lot going on here at the bakery after lunch. And just before we get into it, I want to specify the word pastry in English encompasses a lot of things, including croissants, chocolate croissants, almond croissants, all kinds of fun things made with a puff pastry type of base. It also includes things like chocolate eclairs and other things that we kind of consider desserts in American culture. In French, there are 2 words that these things fall under. So we're going to get into that. We're going to hopefully learn a few things, and let's go.
Different. Oh my god, they look so incredible.
I'm baker here. Yes, I work here since February. I used to work in Australia. I study baker and pastry cook for 5 years. So we will do croissant. So we start to do a dough for croissant. So I put water in it.
What's with the snap situation? Never seen that. Oh my god, there's so much flour.
It's sugar, salt, butter, and yeah, that's it.
That's it. Seems like a small amount of eggs and butter compared to like this ginormous situation happening with the flour. Yeah, and the yeast as well.
Half water and half flour, and we make it the day before. It's like for the taste, and it's gonna be more crispy with that.
It's like a sourdough starter. What is
how many croissants will this batch of dough make? Will this end up with what, 50, 100, 200?
Like 1,000.
1,000?
Yeah. I start mixing.
Bonjour, alors Sébastien Travers de la Maison Travers. Ça fait 30 ans que je suis dans le métier, j'ai démarré à 16 ans et j'ai démarré parce que mon oncle était boulanger-pâtissier. Je suis tombé dans la boulangerie-pâtisserie à 6 ans et après j'étais faire des stages chez mon oncle et je suis devenu passionné du bon pain, de la bonne viennoiserie et de la bonne pâtisserie. Alors là je vous présente les 2 produits phares de la boulangerie-pâtisserie en France, c'est-à-dire le croissant et l'éclair au chocolat. Alors chez nous, le croissant, il rentre dans la catégorie viennoiserie et l'éclair au chocolat dans la catégorie pâtisserie. Chez vous, c'est dans la même catégorie, c'est bakery. Alors la différence, c'est que entre un croissant et un éclair au chocolat, nous avons là de la pâte feuilletée.
Oh, it's the yeast.
Avec de la levure, donc nous avons un produit vivant. Que la pâtisserie, les 3/4 des pâtisseries, ce n'est pas vivant.
That makes all the sense in the world. Yeah.
Donc c'est
oh my
deux
God, that looks
catégories
incredible.
complètement différentes.
Of course, yeah. It's peas. I've already forgot the name of the croissant.
My dough is done mixing, so I will
More flour.
wait for tomorrow. I will wait it for tomorrow.
Okay, Jonathan, so what's your favorite part of your job, and is there something that's a drawback that you don't really like?
So my favorite part of the job is molding the special. Like it's a different kind of bread we do every day, and I don't really have a part of the job I
that's
don't
so
like.
sweet.
I'm pretty proud to be a baker because it's kind of it represents French culture, and I don't know, I like it.
I love it. He's just like, I love my job. Oh my God.
Some baguettes and bread.
What is that? Why is it like black? Oh, because it's burned? All of this looks so good. Oh my God, I'm hungry. The caramel banana situation. Yeah, it was a 2-day process.
Bonjour, donc moi c'est Sylvain, comme vous avez vu à la dernière
Okay, another baker.
depuis 4 ans, un peu plus de 4 ans. Ici je fais la boulangerie, les croissants, un peu de tout ce qui touche à la farine.
A baker.
Donc hier vous avez vu avec mon collègue le pétrissage des croissants qu'il a mis au frigo. Donc aujourd'hui 24 heures après ça donne ça. Donc ça a
It
bien,
looks, yeah, it has
bien poussé.
risen so beautifully.
C'est la fermentation qui a agi. Donc ici à la Maison Travers, pour faire les croissants, l'idéal c'est de les faire sur 3 jours.
Why
Donc
3
la première
days?
journée le pétrissage. La deuxième journée, ce qu'on va faire là,
And you have to freeze them?
on va tourer les croissants, les détailler. Et normalement la troisième journée c'est pour les cuire. Mais aujourd'hui on va vous montrer sur 2 jours,
Ok.
donc on va les cuire juste après dans la suite de ce qu'on va faire. Donc la première étape en fait, là on va d'abord étaler ce bout de pâte pour faire un rectangle. Après on va incorporer le beurre à l'intérieur, ce qui va faire le feuilletage. Et on va donner plusieurs tours. Et à la fin de ça, donc ça met plusieurs temps, donc il faut refroidir la pâte entre chaque
And it all
étape.
looks.
Et après on va
It's gonna
détailler.
get so warm.
Donc on va rouler les croissants, rouler les pains au chocolat, faire les pains au raisin, faire des tortillons, faire plusieurs choses.
Tiny chocolate. Oh my
Donc, dans
God.
certaines boulangeries, il y a plusieurs variétés de croissants, souvent 2, donc croissant à la margarine ou croissant au beurre. Donc à Maison Travers, on fait que
the
le
butter
croissant
ones
au
are the
beurre,
favorite.
c'est beaucoup plus fondant, il y a
Yeah,
beaucoup plus de
they're
goût.
better.
Que la margarine, ça n'a pas de goût, enfin,
Agreed.
c'est fade. Et c'est moins calorique par contre, mais quand on mange un croissant, c'est pour avoir des
Yeah, if
calories.
you're having a croissant, you have to treat
Donc
yourself.
là c'est la deuxième étape, on va incorporer le beurre à la pâte. La pâte a refroidi, donc elle est bien froide. Et là le beurre il est à température ambiante, il est ni trop froid ni trop chaud. Donc on va commencer par taper le beurre, on va l'incorporer à la pâte et après on va faire plusieurs tours avec le laminoir. Donc ça va faire un peu de bruit, je suis
He's
désolé.
gonna hit it. Yeah.
On le tape pour que ça soit plus facile à incorporer dans la pâte, pour que ça soit moins épais et pour que ça s'incorpore bien.
Yeah, because otherwise you have like these gigantic pieces.
1,5 kg de beurre pour un peu plus de 4 kg de pâte.
There's so much butter. Well, you're not eating the whole amount of butter. You're just eating one croissant.
Donc là ce qui est important c'est que le beurre qu'il y ait du beurre quasiment partout à travers la pâte. Donc là on commence en fait avec une couche de pâte,
I love
une couche de
this.
beurre et
It's
une couche de
incredible.
pâte. Et quand on va faire plusieurs tours, ça va se multiplier et c'est ça qui va faire le feuilletage.
And then doesn't he roll it? At one point he's gonna
Donc
start
là, vous n'avez
rolling
pas
it.
besoin d'aller à la salle de sport, vous faites votre musculation directement à la boulangerie. C'est pour Jonathan.
Oh, they have machine. Of course, they have a machine that does this. It flattens
Donc
the
là, ce qu'on va
thing.
faire, en fait, on a étalé assez long et on va faire un tour double, ce qu'on appelle.
That's what creates the
En fait,
layers.
on a notre couche de beurre, de pâte, beurre, pâte, et là on a encore une couche de pâte, beurre, pâte qu'on va venir superposer l'un par-dessus l'autre, et on va encore remettre la pâte l'une dessus l'autre. Donc là, ce qui fait qu'on a fait un
I
tour.
love that it looks like a sheet. Like a bed sheet, just rolled.
Là, on va encore refaire un tour, et là, un tour simple pour cette fois-ci.
Wait,
On coupe la pâte pour que ça soit assez droit,
Yeah,
pour
wait,
qu'on
c'est
ait
correct.
une abaisse bien droite. Ah, je suis
Oh,
désolé,
for
il y a,
everything to be,
il y a
like,
les tifs qui
perfectly-
m'appellent, il y a les croissants qui sont en train de pousser. Donc là, on voit
Just for
bien le
everything to
beurre
be
à
the same
l'intérieur,
like size.
à l'intérieur du... on voit
Yeah, you can
plusieurs
see the
couches de
layers
beurre.
of butter. Love it. That's the idea.
Et là, le pâton, on va le laisser au frigo. En attendant, on va avoir un quart d'heure, 20 minutes pour qu'il soit...
Yeah, because it got
qu'il prenne bien
warm
le
when you
propre
were
pour
like
détailler.
when he was doing like the whole rolling
Donc là, le
situation.
pâton touré qu'on a laissé refroidir au frigo. Donc là, maintenant, on va pouvoir détailler. Donc en fait, ça fait plusieurs couches de pâte, beurre, pâte à l'intérieur. On verra bien une fois détaillé, on verra beaucoup de couches entre chaque. On verra les couches de beurre, pâte se former. Voilà. Donc là, on va détailler les croissants. La pâte est étalée, elle est prête à être détaillée. Donc ici, en fait, on détaille avec un découpoir automatique, ce qui nous fait
Oh,
gagner
it's
du temps. On n'a
automatic.
pas besoin de donner des coups de couteau dans tous les sens. Et comme ça, on a une régularité du produit. Et, donc voilà.
Yeah, of course, you're working at a bakery. Everything has to be the same size. And that's why he obviously makes sure that everything, like, it's a perfect, like, rectangle. And how do they roll it? How is
Donc
that
la
different to a
viennoiserie, il faut être assez
croissant?
rapide, surtout en été, car le beurre, il a tendance à revenir en
It's
température très
melting
vite.
in very,
Et,
very
pour
ice.
travailler à la viennoiserie, c'est bien que la pâte soit très très froide. Sinon,
Oh,
après,
you
ça
just
colle
roll them.
partout
It
sur
looks
les
so
mains,
easy.
ça colle partout sur le tour. Et on fait du mauvais produit, donc c'est important de maintenir un rythme soutenu.
Everything looks so, like, perfect.
Donc on prend la main, on va tirer un petit peu vers le sens du croissant, voilà, tout doucement, voilà, sans le craquer. Voilà, tu peux le poser.
It looks like a pizza slice. Yeah, I think it makes it look so incredibly easy, but it's true. I don't think it's that easy as he's making it look.
Montre l'appareil.
Ça va, c'est un bon début.
Good job, actually,
my
yeah.
Donc là, j'ai
You can
mis
see
un
the
petit coup de
layers.
dorure, c'est des œufs battus, dessus les croissants et les pains au chocolat. Et là, on va les mettre en pousse pour les cuire tout à l'heure, dessus 1 à
Oh,
2
they
heures
have to,
quand ils seront
okay,
poussés.
they have to rise again.
Les croissants et les pains au chocolat sont poussés, ceux qu'on a mis tout à l'heure en pousse, ils ont poussé. Donc d'habitude on met soit des plaques de pain au chocolat, soit des plaques de croissants. Mais là pour vous montrer, on a fait moitié-moitié. Donc là ce qu'on va faire, c'est on va mettre de la dorure, donc la même chose que tout à l'heure. Donc bien les dorer pour que ça soit bien brillant à la sortie du four. Sinon c'est terne, c'est pas beau. C'est une étape importante,
Yeah,
la même que le
it needs to
tourage
be sort of
également,
like
c'est très important
brownie and
pour sortir
yellowy.
un beau produit.
Otherwise, it looks just pale, and that's not visually that appealing. They have an incredible oven, of course. It's a bakery. Oh my god, look at them rising up! It's like magic. I love this.
Donc voilà les croissants à la sortie du four. Donc bien brillant, bien doré.
I need to have
sont
one of
assez
those
cuits.
right now. They look so good. Look at it sizzling.
Le croissant qui est bien feuilleté. Donc on va le couper pour voir à l'intérieur ce que ça donne. Donc c'est bien.
You're gonna have the thousands of layers, flaky, incredible.
On voit bien tout le feuilletage, bien fondant. Là il est encore tout chaud.
Yeah, it's like just steamy. You can see all the layers. Yeah. I want her to cut the pain au chocolat. I want to see it like opened. No, where's
En
blood?
hygiène.
Yeah.
À la maison Travers, nous travaillons, même en France en général, nous travaillons.
It's less hygienic to wear gloves.
Pourquoi? Parce que le problème du gant ne permet pas
okay.
de pouvoir toucher, de pouvoir avoir de la sensibilité avec le produit. Lorsqu'on pétrit une pâte, nous avons besoin de pouvoir toucher à la pâte, de prendre la pâte, de l'étirer, de regarder le réseau glutineux pour savoir si la pâte est bien pétrie. Si on a des gants, on n'aura pas le même ressenti. Après, il faut savoir que vu qu'on travaille sans gants, on a une obligation de se laver très souvent les mains à chaque changement de poste, à chaque nouvelle préparation. Nous passons nos mains avec du savon et comme ça, il n'y a pas de souci au niveau de l'hygiène.
All right, thank you so much for watching, everyone. That wraps up today's video from the bakery. And I'm going to be back here again soon, so make sure you're subscribed. Check out the 4 a.m. behind the scenes video, the first one I did, which I'll link above. And again, thank you so much for being here. Let me point out just one quick thing before you go. My channel is about everyday French life and beyond French culture, and I'm still kind of developing the direction I want to go. So I'd love your feedback. You'll see other things here, not just food, but I'm so happy you're here, and I'll see you soon. Salut!
Oh my god, this looks so delicious. Okay, so yes, this was incredible. Now I feel like I kind of hated the video because now I'm like, I'm hungry, I'm starving, now I want a croissant. And it's not just like hungry, I want this croissant. Like, it looks delicious. I love it. I don't really know because I thought I had an idea of how it was. I know that they had to do, like, in order for the layers to show, there was like a lot of butter. And it was more butter than I was thinking, but it's funny that it was like 4 kilos of dough and like 1.5 I think kilos of butter, which is like crazy. It's like, oh my god, it's a lot. But and when you're looking at it like this, it's maybe one of those situations in which, you know what, I rather have my little treat. Don't tell me how it's done, because after I know like what the amount of like butter this has, maybe people are gonna be like, you know what, maybe I would have been better like living in blissful ignorance. But it's like, no, come on, you're not eating this every day. So who cares? It's a little butter. It's not gonna kill anyone. But it's like when you're looking at it like that, it's like, oh my god, it has so much butter. But that's what makes it delicious. Like, yes, of course. But I love, and of course you got to put in a croissant. Like, it's made of like, it has like so much butter, like the dough, and then you have to put it. I don't know how people. Well, you can eat a croissant in like so many different ways, but I'm eating a croissant with more butter, like fresh butter, and obviously when it's hot, it's actually like quite delicious. So it is like you're putting more butter into something that already has like a lot of butter, which is funny. But I love this video. I love the bakers were so like stereotypically French. I love how French they were, which is nice. But it's sort of like a little. I don't want to be like. I don't want to be like cliche about it, but they look like very French. But I love it. It looked like a beautiful French bakery. But I love those croissants, look incredible. And I love how they were like explaining the whole process. They make it look so easy to the point where they were like, he was like rolling the croissants in that last part. I was like, you know what? Should I attempt to make this? Like, they make it because they're explaining it so well that is like, they're making me believe that I can do it. Which obviously everyone can. Of course you can. Like, but they're not going to turn out the same. So it's like, you know what? Maybe not. Because when he was like, well, you know, how hard can it be? Obviously you're not going to make like this. You're not going to use like 1,000 kilos of flour or butter. Of course you're going to adapt to proportions, but it's all like the process itself. I think it's just, it's not that it's like, it isn't hard. It's just like time consuming. That's I think what I'm getting at. It's not something that looks like incredibly like hard, as in like I can think of a few desserts that are very like, wow, this looks like a hard dessert, because the technique is very like, it's hard. The technique of like the film, like it is obviously perfecting that. Obviously it's an art, that's why you have professional bakers, but I think you can sort of like maybe replicate a little bit at home, and it's not going to turn out exactly the same as obviously a professional croissant made by a baker, but it's going to turn out, the chances are it's going to turn out well enough for you to be like, you know what, this is good, and you can really actually like see the layers. But it is, again, it's not just like that technique, it's just that it's time consuming. You know, he said it himself, like it takes you 3 days. He's like, oh my god, I'm making croissants for 3 days. I think it's more like, I can just go to a bakery and like get a croissant. I'm not spending 3 days in my kitchen doing this. Although I know it's not like you have to spend like 12 hours there, but again, it is a time consuming process. And again, I think the key when you're making this sort of dough is you have to, the butter has to be like super cold all the time. And the actual dough actually has to be chilled, because it gets warm so quickly. So you have to work fast. And I think that's obviously a problem, because when you're not a professional, you're constantly like, oh my god, am I doing things right? So it is wonderful to see a professional like doing this, because it's like when you're flailing, you know, yourself, it's like, look at a professional, how a professional does it. Like it's incredible, and make it look so effortless. And I have to say, obviously the rolling part, I think that's probably the hardest. I was thinking he makes it look so easy, but I think in real life, I don't think it's that easy. It's just like years of practice that make him like do the thing like so easily. And she said that also, like it was wonky, but actually I thought that hers turned out pretty good. So it's funny as you're like, oh, it's wonky. It's like, no, it's not that wonky, trust me. But I do have to say it was interesting also to see the difference between the different, because it, like she said, it like for you, like a pastry is just like a pastry. But no, for them, pastry, like it's two types of things. It's like a pastry, and I can't remember the name of the other. I think it's a binosoir or something like that, binoiserie. And it's like, yeah, it's patisserie, which I think is more like the translation for pastry. I think it's more common to see that word out of France. You know, patisserie is more like, yes, I'm expecting to get pastries, but I'm expecting to get desserts and probably also croissants. Obviously this is outside France, but it's like, oh, okay, in France it's not like that. It's a patisserie, it's the ones that do not have yeast. They're the ones that are just like dead, not dead, but the ones that don't use active yeast. And the other ones like croissants do use active yeast, and it's because obviously it's alive, like I think the word's sort of like a living, you know, like I don't know how to explain it, but it's more like, yes, like the bee, as in like it's living, it's a culture that it's living because it's yeast. But that was very interesting, but I don't think I'm gonna adapt it into my language and into like my daily like idioms, because no one's gonna know what you're talking about outside of France. I have to say, it's like for everyone else in the world, is patisserie, is pastries, and it includes croissants. But good to know that in France it means a whole different thing. So you know, if you're ever there, if you ever find yourself in France, do not, you know, and you see patisserie, they're not gonna have croissants, which is, you know, very interesting. But that was it for today, and I'll see you soon. Bye.